Tony George's been killing it at his website, TonyGeorgeSports.com, and at his Yahoo Sports radio show, and he is very graciously covering 2 games less this week for free, one in the NFL, one in college. The college game he has chosen, Nebraska, Illinois, an interesting one. I'm interested to see what he has to say about this one. It's confused me a little bit. Whatever Tony's lean is on this one, I'm definitely going to be buying into. Right now, Illinois is a 6.5 or 7-point home underdog. The total is 57 or 57.5. Last year, Nebraska, of course, dominated the hell out of Illinois. They won by 31. I'm not exactly sure if there will be an overreaction to that result. This year, Illinois, as a decent-sized home dog, could easily get blown out again. Tony George from TonyGeorgeSports.com. What do you think? Is Nebraska going to roll for a second year in a row?
Well, what do you think there, Peter? Right there? We'll go ahead and give you that right there, too. We're all in on the Huskers here this week.
Wow, okay.
Nebraska gets back 4 starters that have not, that their middle linebacker, one of their defensive end, an offensive lineman, and the spark plug of their offense who has not played yet this year, and a special team game breaker, Pearson L., joins the squad this week in Champaign, Illinois. This line's at 6.5 right now, 7 in a couple of places. We're going in on Nebraska here. So you want to get this one in early and keep it under that fall number 7 if you can. I don't think it's going to matter. Tommy Armstrong's getting better each and every week. They blew a 22-0 halftime lead last week against Southern Miss in Lincoln. They end up winning, I think, by 8 points here, but nonetheless, Nebraska did not cover a big number last week. They've had some breakdowns. They haven't played 4 quarters of ball, but this is a 2-2 team that's 2 plays away from being 4-0. Hail Mary against BYU, week 1 on your videos. We took BYU against Nebraska, plus the 7. And, of course, the overtime loss at Miami. But Nebraska, 100% healthy coming in here, minus 1 player. They get Nate Jerry back in the backfield in the secondary, one of the best safeties in the Big Ten here. Illinois giving up over 300 yards through the air, and last week gave up 6.9 yards per carry. Nebraska got a 2-headed monster running back, dual threat quarterback that threw for over 300 yards and ran for almost 70 last week. Nebraska, they do have Wisconsin on deck next week in Lincoln. So you could say it's a look-ahead spot, but Nebraska's focused in on their offense this week. I've got good sources up in Lincoln. They're going to go up there. They're going to put up a lot of points on Illinois here. It's a porous defense. And look for the Husker defense to play a little better this week as well. And I think Nebraska goes up there, win by at least 2 touchdowns. This is a cheap line, but get it under 7. Look for the Huskers to roll the Illini this weekend.
There you go. Awesome, insightful, and thorough analysis by Tony George, as he gives us every time out. Nebraska, minus 6.5 is Tony's recommended play. And Tony, I know you've been killing it both at your website, TonyGeorgeSports.com, and at your Yahoo radio show every Saturday and Sunday. 67% win, as you told me last week. Again, it seems like you're over 60% every week on that show. Is that true, Tony?
Yeah, it is. We had the week before that, we were almost at 80%, and we went undefeated on our college show. I get the best handicappers in the nation. Matt Holt, oddsmaker from CG Technology, formerly Canner Gaming's on the NFL show on Sundays. Tells you what's going on behind the scenes in Vegas, where all the sharp and square money's at. And, of course, guys like Teddy Covers, Ross Benjamin. I had Lee Sterling on last week. Joe D'Amico, Doug Upstone, who does a lot of writing for your SBR, coming on the show, I believe, this week as well. And so it's Saturday and Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern, Yahoo Sports Radio, or it's over at my website at TonyGeorgeSports.com. Archived, there's a radio player on the homepage. And also last week, 8-2-1 with all my football plays. Only 1 loss in the NFL, which was Monday night. So I'm definitely in sync. Got a couple big top plays this weekend. One in college, one in the NFL. I'm undefeated with those top plays this year to date. So get over to TonyGeorgeSports.com. 10-3 with 3 plays last weekend from the Cappers as well.
All right, that all sounds awesome. Tony George, thanks so much for joining us this week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Peter.